show you. Okay, so most of you have seen our data brokerage app like this in a browser, and you know that we've been we're a technology company, but we are marketing driven. So that's why it's so important that we get together all the time and see what you're doing and see how we can help you. And our business model has changed quite a bit since last year, if you know us for a while, in that we're really in the business of putting you in the business. We're not just selling leads or data. So here we are in the GoHighLevel marketplace. This is an example of the approach we're taking. And you see that now we're in the GoHighLevel marketplace apps. So this is really great. And we, I think, launched here just a couple of weeks ago, but we're getting, maybe some of you that are here came from here. But this is really exciting because people who are in GoHighLevel are generally in sales. They're creating websites and they're doing all sorts of things in email marketing. They're doing everything they do to grow their business. And then we also have the GoHighLevel agencies, the white label folks for GoHighLevel. And I know a lot of them. Over the years, a lot of my friends, I've been in the information marketing business for a while, launched their own agencies here. And they are in the business of also supporting their clients and giving them a business in a box with their snapshots. So it's a very strategic alliance. And then once you install this, now you have the data brokerage app inside of GoHighLevel. So you could still use it on the outside, in a separate browser. You're like, oh, that's not it. But now you could also do it inside of GoHighLevel. And so the point here is that regardless of what business you're in, if you're in sales and you're selling insurance leads or solar, and you're using our app to get to the people you need to get to, great. But also you might have colleagues in the industry. What if you can also help your colleagues out by selling them data? And maybe it's not your own primary business, but you're lowering your cost of sale by generating an incremental revenue. But if you're also in GoHighLevel agency type of business, now you probably have people paying you a flat monthly fee because you've given them a snapshot, you're giving them websites and email marketing, you're giving them everything they need to succeed. So we want to ride right on top of that. We want to be your partner so you could help your clients make money. We want to help you make money. So how does this whole thing work? Well, for one, let me go back to here for a sec, and let's go to the pricing. So this is all fairly new, and I think most of you are here because you're excited about this. I mean, we really made this wholesale pricing. This is not retail pricing. For $300 a month, getting 1,500 credits a day is quite a bit that's 45,000, credits a month. And in $4.99, you double the data credits. In $9.99, you double it again. So the point here, more than double. So this is all good, but today we want to really anchor with you how you can make this into a business and what's the difference between all this, because it's not just how many leads you get. So here is the business model. And let's see, I'm just kind of make this a little bigger. Can you see that okay, Brian, or should I make these numbers bigger? There we go.
Make it a teeny bit bigger.
Is that better? Okay. All right. So here's the point. We call this the Avocadata. By the way, Datatoleads is our frontline business. Avocadata is the technology business that builds all the things in the back end that makes this whole thing work. So Datatoleads is actually really a client, so to speak. We're both in the same company, but we are a representative of what you could do building a business on top of the Avocadata platform. So here I've got these models that I just described, $2.99. And here's what's new. You might not have heard about this last week. We're saying, what's the easy way with less complications that we could put you in the business of selling data to other people to lower your costs, to make an additional incremental revenue, to eventually making it a very healthy business. So with the $2.99 package, not only do you get the 45,000 data credits per month, I put date there, I got to fix that, but you also get 2 emails. What does that mean? If you recall, if you've used our app before, then you know that you go here to the dashboard, you know that after you do a search and all that, and you say, okay, I want to save this, you save it, and then you go to your saved lists, and here's Florida solar leads, for instance. I click on this, and this will go to me because I have my email registered within the system. Okay, but that makes it complicated because now you email it to myself, and now I got to find out who I got to send it to, and I got to resend it again. So what we want to do is make administratively this a lot more straightforward. So now we're giving you, with the $2.99 plan, we're going to give you 2 extra emails that you could attach to people connected to your agency. And with the $4.99 plan, we'll give you 4 emails. And with the $9.99 plan, we'll give you 10 emails. So let me explain how this works. So here, let's say that this agency sells 6, and we've got this numbers from people that we've been talking to, but the prices range from $297 a month to somebody we talked to this week is selling at $600 a month. Again, they have a very distinct vertical. They create the snapshot, business in a box, perfect. That's what they're charging, $600 a month. But now they could add data on top of that. So let's just say they only have 2 subscribers. The monthly total revenue is $1,200, plus they're paying us $299, so the net is $900. Okay, beautiful. Well, all of a sudden they start subscribing more people. They get 5 people. What happens? Oh, wow, I only got 2 emails with this package. Well, we'll provide you additional emails for $50 a month, right? So this works out great. So now for the additional 5 people that you have a $150 cost, here's the point. Here's your net revenue. But once you get to 11 subscribers, you know what? You're paying $450 for extra emails. It's going to make sense for you to jump to the next package, the $4.99 package. Why? Because now you got 4 emails, so your cost lowers. And again, now you got 12 subscribers, your net is $67.01. You grow to 23 subscribers, your net is $13.03. And now guess what? If you're going to keep on buying additional emails at $50, it's going to make sense to jump to the $9.99 package. But not only do you get the extra emails, but you look at the amounts of data that you grow. So now you could tell your subscribers, hey, look, I was only giving you, whatever the package was, 100 leads, 500 leads a month for X. I can give you a lot more data now. And you can even have, different prices that you do. So that's all part of your business. But the point is, you don't have to start at the most expensive package. You could start at $299, and when your business case justifies it, you could jump to the next package, get more emails, get a lot more data. And then there's one other jump, and then we're just going to open this up for questions. You're at the $9.99 package. You're getting 10 extra emails that you can, again, when you go to this screen, now when you go to email, you could have this set up where, you could send this to different people that subscribe to your team. And again, this is a little bit administrative, but you can have a virtual assistant do this for you. It's not super complicated. But here's the magic. Once you get to the point where you're doing pretty good on a monthly basis, you got 51 subscribers. Now it's going to make sense because here you're paying $24.50 for the extra emails. Jump to the white label. The white label is the business, because once you have a white label, now you don't have to pay for extra emails. It doesn't matter, because every subscriber that's in your team is going to have their own version of this. They're going to have their own version of the where's what I do? Hold on, okay, here we go. They're going to have their own username, password for this. It's a white label, so it'll be branded with your company logo and ID here. But now they're subscribing and they're paying a monthly fee, so you have 0 administrative headaches. And look how you could scale. So you're actually, again, you're setting the retail rates. Everything that goes on this page now is you're doing. And again, the prices could be way different because they're not getting so many data credits, but you could set the retail rates. You're paying a very low wholesale rate, and you're getting 1 million data credits per month. So again, just a quick summary. We're giving you a roadmap here where you could start at a very reasonable rate, have a lot of data. You could start empowering the people that are in your team with data as well. And then you can grow to the point where you can have a white label. Brian, I don't know if you could help me, but if somebody has their mic on, if they're not talking, they can mute. Okay, cool. But that's it. That's all we want to show you today, is how we put you in the business to put your clients in the business, and that way we become partners. So I'll leave it at that for now. I just and let's take some questions or some interaction. What did you think? Anybody have any input or insights into what we just showed you? A lot of new people here.
11. Well, while I'll let you engage a little bit with that, Phil, try to get some answers, but I'm just gonna piggyback off of that spreadsheet Phil was showing. So to simplify a bit about what that is. So this is the whole white label type of thing. So the whole idea of you being able to resell the lead $299 package is the end goal to get you into here, which is your very own data brokerage. So you have the ability with a white label to make all your own pricing packages. Where did I put it? Where's my packages? I am feeling really special right now. What is wrong with me?
Oh, that's a webinar all to itself, Brian.
Yeah, but bottom line is it's all set up so you guys can resell and make your own businesses. You can make custom promotions based on what people search. And right here, you can make your own packages. So as Phil was saying, you don't have to always start at this full white label example. Within your 299 account, you are able to actually send those leads to two different clients. So what some of our clients are doing is they're charging 600 a month to a client, and every other day they're giving them 1,500 leads. So with their $300 subscription, they're entering in two different email addresses and sending the list to the right client. So they're charging $1,200. They're paying us 300. And now they have a pretty straightforward way that Phil was showing with regards to upgrading the account and making it all the way up to some type of white label. Does anyone have any questions, comments, anything?
I would love to hear if anybody, first, if you have an agency that you have this kind of model, that'd be great. Or if a light bulb went off today and you say, wow, I'm buying leads all the time. What if I can empower some of my colleagues with leads, and it could be just an extra $500 to couple thousand dollars a month in incremental revenue without doing a lot of work, but you're still doing your sales. So that's two models. You're an individual salesperson, or you're an agency and you empower others. But would love to hear from you if either one of those resonates with your case. Brian, why don't you talk a little bit about the difference between our data that you provide, the B2C, the B2B, and the homeowners, and what you have there that says leads, insurance. And I know you have solar and a lot of things. Is there anything there you want to address on how the premium leads fit into this equation?
Yeah, so we're actually, if any of you are in insurance, we're actually uploading over the next few days 1 million opted-in insurance leads. And the same rule applies. If you get logged in and signed up before we do that, you'll be able to get in at these types of rates. But once we have that set up, we're setting it up on its own domain, and it's going to be a little bit less leads per day. But for the time being, we have it set up here. And if you're in the business of selling health insurance, Medicare, life insurance, final expense, you'll be able to search through here. You can see different types of policies. Like if you see there's Cobra, individual, Medicare. And like I said, we're uploading 1.5 million of these over the next couple of days, or week, I should say, over the next week.
So it makes sense that the premium leads have a different price to it, right? Because it was the cost of getting them is incrementally higher. But I think the two work well together. You could have your premium leads, you can call them and you say, wow, okay, this was a great insurance lead. Let me find more people of this age group in that same geographic area. And let me just try using data to reach out to some more folks. So I think they both work very well together. One is you're searching via data filtering, and the other one you're getting a lead that's opted into a specific requirement that they were looking for.
Yeah. Who sells business to business, like business lending, business insurance? Who's in that side of things? No one's the
Quiet
business.
team today, Brian. Maybe we should put some music on. You got any music?
And are you guys all solar? Like, what do you guys sell?
You can just put it in the chat if you like.
Yeah, I see Michael was responding. He does insurance, but we'll just use an example. So you're looking for businesses, right? Um, the biggest issue that we all know that salespeople deal with is gatekeepers and landlines. So this system was built by salespeople who have suffered all these pain points. So we deliberately have made it so all the records comes with the direct contact info to the named person or persons on the business. So if we go all the way over, you'll see, well, these are empty, right? So we already have a plan for that. You can hit remove NA mobile one. And all that means is if it has an NA in it, remove it. And the same for email. And if we hit search, we can now see that we're left with 1.7 million business owners that contain both a email and a cell phone. And we can see here that the registered agent and the officer is Judy. More likely than not, this business is registered at her home. We see we have Judy Chan again, and it matches, we can't see it here, but it would match the city state. And then you have the direct contact information. So you do have landlines. Half of people, I would say, use them, half of don't. But that's all up to your own preference. The next thing that I want to address is the industries. So set it up. Well, what is that? We set it up to be where you can enter in over 1 million different types of industries by code. So if we go and take a look over here, we'll be able to see that there's 221,000 businesses that really are in the professional services space, right? So engineers, realtors, attorneys, real estate law. So what I did was I didn't just use one code, because if I just used one code, I mean, I might only have 39,000 results. So the best thing to do is to use technology to your advantage. So I went off, I took this list, like this single code, and I told ChatGPT that I wanted it to give me similar industries. Just like that, more similar NAICS codes to these. Provide me 10 others. And I use ChatGPT to my advantage. And it already knows what industries are similar. So we have architecture, engineering, legal, a lot of 1099 self-employed businesses. And some of the ones that we were missing is very specific real estate activity, geophysical surveying, all this like a micro piece for financial services. So using all of these to your advantage builds a very, very strong lead list that you can use to generate sales and business for yourself. One other thing I just want to point out is the term comma separated. And what that does is we'll take this whole list and put a comma in between. And now just like that, I can get a really quick update about what else is in here. So just like we just added 82,000 more businesses that all revolve around similar like industries from those core industries. So yeah, that's the best way to use this tool. And that's how you build a really, really good detailed list. And as we see, all these people have cell phones. One last thing I'll mention is if you're looking at businesses, a lot of people try to find self-employed or try to find people who make a lower amount of income. So this information is what's actually reported to the IRS. So if you want to find smaller real estate offices or smaller law offices, you can just put the number of employees pretty low. I put at 3. And now I'm left with 50,000 businesses that have 1 to 3 employees. And typically you'll find 1099s in here. So if you're doing SCTC for tax returns, this would be a very good way to find all of that stuff for yourself. And I'll take a pause well, actually, I'll say this. If any of you have to go, this is the promotion. You'd want to start at our 1,500 leads. And then as Phil, and I'll let Phil pop up that sheet again to basically show the growth plan. So if anyone has any interest in what we have going on in here, just drop your information, leave your name, say interested. But we'll stand here right now and answer more questions and go over anything you might have.
This special you got there, a two-piece original.
Ricky, is that for us? Okay. Brian, two things. One, Maria's saying that she sells life insurance. If there's any kind of use case you want to relate to that. And Sierra says she sells products. I would love to know, is that physical products or information products online? If you want to share a little more information about that, that might be very interesting.
What do you mean? I'm sorry, talking to me or to him?
No, to you, Maria, you sell life insurance, right?
Yeah, it's a service online. It's life insurance.
Okay. But Brian, is there anything more specific you could share on how she could use the filtering to get some innovative data for life insurance leads?
Yeah, so I can actually go over two things. So homeowners is a good one, right? So if typically you want to find people who might have positive equity in their home, have some type of asset. A lot of people will go after age range under homeowners. So I know Mike also asked about homeowners, so this applies to both the life insurance and for what Mike was asking for. So if you're typically looking for life insurance, well, you typically want to find people a little bit older, maybe a little bit younger. We'll say 45, and we don't want it to be too much, so we'll put it at 74. So this is a good way to get the exact demographic that you need. And typically these functions are very good to help you predict what type of financial circumstance they're in. Obviously, it's not perfect, but if you were looking for neighborhoods where the average income maybe no more than 65,000, no more than 40,000, no less than 40,000, and we're looking for people who just bought their house in the last 8 years. So just like that, we can do the same similar search. And then we're left with 13 million homeowners, actually 1.3 million homeowners that fit that demographic that you can then do direct marketing to through whatever means of marketing you do typically.
Okay, I'm just responding here to Sierra, says she sells physical products and she's in a network marketing organization. I'd love to hear what kind of products, so maybe we can come up with some ideas of how to target for that. And Maria, if there's any questions you have to Brian on what he just showed you, maybe he could help you out there too.
It's just that trying to see if you can demographic to a specific estate.
Yes.
Yeah. So what state would you be thinking of?
Okay.
What state?
Texas.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, just like that, we can go navigate down to Texas. All right, Deborah, how are you? Now we're over in Texas. We can go hit our search. And now we're left with all the homeowners that were within this criteria. They just bought their house in the last 9 years. They are between the ages of 45 and 74, and they are in this range of household income. So yeah, you can filter by state, you can filter by postal code, by city, all the above right there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so Sierra's in an MLM and she sells physical products, CBD and makeup. And one thing that I always like to do when I have friends or colleagues in multi-level is talk to the leaders in the organization, say, hey, what works for you? I mean, that's something obviously you could sell to, word of mouth, there's all the different practices that they teach you. But if there's an ethical way or there's a correct way of using things like email marketing even, you don't want to be spammy because they're not opted in. But if there's a free something that you're giving away or something that will get people communicating with you, then there might be a correct way that you could do emails or SMSs. But I would definitely talk to the leaders and see what's worked for them before. Is one idea. Brian, does anything else come up to mind on how they could filter for a consumer good like that? CBD, I know you can't advertise on Facebook. Makeup, you can.
So like I'll give like an example. So there was this client we had once that was marketing some type of supplement, I should call it. So she was using current events to help her pick her target. So she basically, I think not too long ago, the train rail thing. Yeah, remember that? So she targeted that area specifically because she had a very tight niched plan of telling people, okay, you should buy this product because of this event that happened nearby. So products like that, you really need to act on the fear when you sell them, honestly. It's a little bit more difficult, in my opinion, to sell, but you have to go after everybody with that type of demographic and start trying to use some intuitiveness to build the audience.
It's like, using like a natural disaster in order to create a vibe.
Yeah, like roofing, like for instance, another example is roofing. So people who do roofing or do maintenance or do repairs on homes, they'll chase hailstorms. If there was a hailstorm in one area, they'll go after the leads there. So, and everyone has a different approach. You know what I mean? There is no one size fits all. But that's what I've noticed works the best with those types of products is trying to work over current events and use that to your advantage to sell.
Getting back to like a business application for this again, also for Sierra, if you have somebody in your upline and say, hey, I've got access to this system and I can get, access to homeowner information, I could search for people in certain geographics. Maybe they'll come up with an idea and now you can make the investment of $299 and maybe have a way, if this person could help you be successful with this, now maybe you could have a little side business where you're helping with some of your colleagues or people in your upline with data that they could almost show you how to turn it into magic. So again, get the ideas from them, but that's a good example, whether you're selling life insurance or an MLM, once you discover a way that you could use this data successfully, you can now, have a business where you're helping some of your other colleagues do the same thing, because 1,500 leads a day is quite a bit, and 45,000 a month. So you could share the love with people. Maybe they could share the love back by buying a small amount of data from you every month. Anybody else? Any business ideas you want us to? There's some new messages. Let me see what just came in.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Excellent.
One thing I'll mention too, everyone has a different use case for this, right? So what we've noticed a strong use cases is people who are agencies, like a GoHighLevel agency or something. And what we did was we provided a CRM with data for a year to people, and we did close to $300,000 in 2023 just doing this, the same thing that we're offering you guys. Here's the data. Now get it into people's CRM so they can go generate their own leads. So we do know what we're doing with this. And I mean, the plans, Phil did a great job putting together a 1 through 3 plan without it growing from a $2,500 product, but being able to start all the way down at $299, and you can resell these leads to your own network if you wanted to, or an associate in your own office. And there's been a ton of ways people have been doing it and being successful.
Sorry, if not paying no fucking shit.
Was that a question, somebody?
That was a sneeze.
Oh, okay. No, I thought it was a question after that. All right. All right.
Okay, so Deborah, are you doing SETC? Is that what that is? FICA tax saving?
No, I mean, I do SETC, but this is another service. It's PHI, Preventive Health Initiative.
Okay, so who's like your business is your demographic? Who's like your core candidate?
Really, any business with at least, I would say, at least 10 employees that make
Okay.
at least 25,000 a year.
Excellent. So yeah, so right over here, you can navigate the businesses. And as you see, you can control the employee count. So how did we get this number? These people stated when they took a loan from the SBA that this was their employees. Granted, people lied,
Okay.
but they lied under a statement of perjury. And that's the best type of data we'll ever get. So over here, we can navigate like, okay, I want anyone that has more than 15 employees. You can control the industry. Maybe you want restaurants or Like what is like an industry? I know you said any industry, but if you had to pick one, what would be a strong one that you would want to possibly start with?
Probably, manufacturers or, uh,
We'll start with manufacturers. So manufacturers. So the reason why I'm saying that is there's over 100,000, I'm sorry, over 999,000 codes. So obviously you're not going to know all of them. So what I do, and it works very, very, very well, is why can't I find this? I will take the code and put it in the chat GPT because I'm not going to look up 999,000 different industries, but
But what
rather
do you do? What do you do before you go to ChatGPT? Explain what you're doing now with Google. You're just searching for the correct code first, right?
yeah, first I'm trying to find where manufacturing is. So it's all indexed. So all I'm trying to do right now is find the 6-digit code. And it's right here. So see, so see how this is. So every single one of these is separate. Flour milling, rice milling, malt manufacturing, but it's all manufacturing at the end of the day. So what I would have to end up doing is typing in all these one by one, but instead of doing that, I can just go into ChatGPT and ask, can you provide me with every manufacturing NAICS code, comma, separated, just the numbers, not the industry. So the reason why I'm doing that is because I can copy and paste as many of these codes as I want into a single search section within our system.
Why is it giving you 3-digit NICS codes?
Because that's stupid. So, I mean, oh, I didn't mean 509. Oops, I was gonna break it. You have to talk to it like a child sometimes. But yeah, this is what we're realizing. Like, if people might put in a single zip code, but if you're getting 1,500 leads a day, a single town might have 10 or 15 zip codes in it. So we're realizing that this is a very, very quick and easy way to get this going.
But what did chat mean by a 3-digit level code for broad overview?
Because it's a hierarchy, that's why. But
Okay. So manufacturing is like the first 3 and these are the last 3 or something like that?
so see, manufacturing is anything that starts with a 3-1 to a 3-3.
Okay,
Anything that does animal food is a 3-1-1. Anything that does grain is a 3-1-1-2. So
got it.
that's the whole concept behind that. But just because I don't feel like wasting your guys' time, I'll
But-
plug that in. And now as you see, it's very limited because if you look at this code in general, there's only
For grain and.
the 387. It's breakfast cereal. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of them. I could look at beet sugar manufacturing, but collectively, all of this equals 657,000. So that's why it's important to address this specifically. Like cheese manufacturing, how many cheese manufacturers do we have?
And now you could see why you couldn't just put a simple
Oh,
drop
wow.
down menu. There's so many NAICS codes that this is the best way to do it. It's just do the
Oh,
search.
we got a lot of cheese, man.
Yeah.
Got more cheese manufacturers than anything else. But that's the core thing. I mean, if you're looking for restaurants, you can do the same. Manufacturing, contractors, it all is all relative within that category. So one other thing I'll bring up one last time is if you guys were coming for opt-in leads, we are actually uploading 1.5 million to here. It's going to be a little bit different of a model, but the same thing. We get the leads every single day. You can sell them, you can use them. The model that we have put forth works really well. So we can rinse and repeat it and do it over and over again. But if anyone has any interest in this, what we can do is if you wanted to sign up for the $2.99 option, we're going to do buy one, get one free month for anyone that's in this room right now. And this applies to the $2.99 option. So if you wanted to give this a shot, you can go off to this link right here, hit buy now, it'll start your trial. You won't get billed yet, and I will adjust it in the back end to the people who were in this room so that it reflects on everybody's. So I'm gonna send the link to everyone here. Any questions?
How does that work again, Brian? You said that they get 1 month and then they get explain that again. I didn't quite understand.
So you can sign up here. If you make your account, then you enter in a card number. It will not bill you. It's a 3-day trial. In 3 days, it
So
will.
they could download leads every day while they're in a trial and they haven't gotten billed, so they could actually start testing this.
Exactly. And from the time you put your card in, you'll be billed in 3 days. And we make it very nice and easy where you can cancel without ever talking with us. Because like I said, this was built by people who've been used and abused by software companies. So it's all deliberately made easy.
And what's the other offer you gave? So they could get a free 3-day trial and then they get billed on day 3, but you said something else.
Yeah, so you would get 1 month free. So if you pay it today,
They'll
you
get
would-
2 months for 300.
2 months with 300. Buy 1 month, get 1 free.
Perfect. So again, as far as risk mitigation is concerned, you sign up, you don't get billed. You could start, using the filtering app like Brian was showing you, get some ideas, even start contacting some people, see if you get any traction. And by day 3 or day 2, if you're saying, wow, this is not for me, I don't have the time, you just cancel it. But if it's going well, you're going to get 2 months for $2.99, which I think is amazing. All right.
Hello?
Yes, we're here.
Okay. I'm not sure if it was you guys. I think it was Brian, I'm not sure. But anyway, with this program, I was told that, like you mentioned contractors, I also do commercial lending. And what I want to do is use the same client to offer both services. Do you get the contact person's name? I think I was told you get the actual owner's name, home name, cell phone number, and all of that information with this, or no?
Yes, so so just so you know how this is compiled. This is businesses that took a loan from the SBA. This information did not tell us who owns the business. But
Okay.
through programming, we enriched it to connect to the Secretary of State, which identifies who is registered on the business. And then the third thing our program did was enrich it again to connect to the personal info. And you'll see when you remove these options, you're now left with that info. So
Oh, wow.
you're not getting a gatekeeper, you're getting the direct cell phone to the person who's listed on the business. So you see Rocco de Santo right there.
Oh, awesome.
And it works better with small businesses because, I mean, if you're the registered agent of your own business and your business was registered in your home address, you're typically a small individual business, which is exactly who we help the most when, like, for the MCA, the lending, or the different tax breaks.
Great, great. That's it. That's right. That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah,
great.
so-
We want to hear how you made out next week when we have a webinar again. We'd love to hear your experience.
Okay.
Man, if you wanted to get going, Deborah, like I said, you get to buy 1 month, get 1 free. So you want to be billed until April, and that give you plenty of time. I mean, if you used every single lead every day, you get 90,000 leads.
Oh, wow.
But just want to announce that these do not roll over. You use them or you lose them. So if you don't use them, it's not going to be 3,000 the next day. It'll still be 1,500.
Okay.
But this is a good example to highlight that we're not in the retail data or lead selling business. We're really in the wholesale market, putting you in the business. Again, you could use it just for your personal sales profession, but you could share the love with colleagues, or you could get into the business of selling this to on a wider scale, like I showed in the spreadsheet.
Awesome.
Thank you, Deborah. Appreciate the enthusiasm.
Anything to make that connection, man, is a help.
Yeah.
Small
I
webinars
mean,
work best because, like, it's easier to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody else got any vertical markets that they're in or any use cases you want us to try to help you with? Let us know. Again, we take this very seriously because we learn from you as much as you learn from us. We want to know how you do it, what you do, and we want to complement and help you. And when you come back and report what works for you, we're very happy, and we could leverage that and help other people.
And if there isn't any questions, I'll end by saying this. We do have a commission program where anyone you refer, you get 30% of that sale every single month that they are active on our platform.
Go back to the pricing page when you say that, Brian, the pricing page. So you're saying instead of just downloading leads and selling it to people, I could just give them this link with my affiliate link. Once you buy, you get an affiliate link, right?
Well, you don't have to buy, you get it either way.
Okay.
You don't have to be paying, that's an MLM, so.
Okay, but so when I get the free trial for 3 days, I get my link after I register though, right? I don't get.
Yeah, but and we're changing it, so even when your account ends and if you don't pay, you can still access that.
Okay, excellent. So everybody, if you go and sign up and get at least your free trial, you get an affiliate link. If you want to start sharing that link to folks and say, look, this is a great deal. And again, we do all the selling. You could send them to the replay of this webinar and say, just check this out. If you like it, here's the link. Cost you the same getting it from me or getting it directly from them. And you get 30% renewable commission. So every month you get the 30%.
Yeah, I mean, and it works out to 1/10 of 1 penny per lead. So it's deliberately priced very inexpensive. Like I said, we did near $300,000 selling data for 1 penny and giving away this GoHighLevel CRM with it in order to make it appealing for clients. And now we have the same exact app that is in the App Store in GoHighLevel. It's going to be in Hubspot by next week. So then you can do the same thing we did to get everything going. So I appreciate everyone's time. If we're going to leave this open for a few minutes, we're going to mute our mics. So if anyone has any questions for the next 5-10 minutes, we'll be here. And I appreciate your time.
Thank you, everybody. We're standing by.
Thank you, guys.